Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. Never heard of it. Okay, let's go ahead and go. I think I got everything ready. So chat, here you go, everybody. You came for a reason. Now you get to see why. And I'll count it in. Oh, I need to actually record it. There we go. All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Divorce is the only answer?
What are we going to do? I don't know, but we better pretend like we didn't hear anything, okay? I think that my parents might be getting a divorce.
Your mom and dad are getting a divorce because you're such a jerk. No, I'm not.
I'm supposed to be Miss Mary Sunshine. Well, the hell with that.
The morning stream. They wouldn't give us any more fish.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It is August. It is the 28th. It is Wednesday. And it is the year 2024. Welcome to the show. I'm Scott, and that's Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Boy, we are getting so close to the end of this damn month. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And I think this is kind of the week where if you hadn't already gone back, you're back in school now, everybody.
Right.
Hope you're having fun sitting in class right now, listening to some teacher drone on about some bullshit.
Well, if they're in there right now, they must be listening to us instead of their teachers, so good on you. Well done, kids.
Yeah, I hope you're all listening live. And although I don't know I'll see, how would you do it? Well, you could do it on YouTube. Sure. You can listen live in class. Tell that teacher to shut up and sit down. She doesn't know nothing. Rise up and eat your pudding. You don't need your meat. All right. Hey, we're here, everybody. It's good to see you all. We got some stuff to do today, including Recomentals.
Yeah,
we got some Tom Tech time. We got all kinds of fun stuff lined up. We begin today with it's more like, I don't know, committing to the bit. We'll call it sticking to the gig.
Sticking to the gig. Okay.
This is a text from our mailman, Joe. He is mailman on Patreon. So, Scott, this is for TMS. In response to whether we work during bad weather at the post office, most times, yes. I've worked during hurricanes, and our office literally had fish swimming inside. Love the show.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's amazing, actually. Yeah, because I was thinking there's and he kind of confirms it just by saying most times yes. So there is a limit. There is a thing that goes beyond the neither rain nor sleet nor hail nor darkest night shall stay these carriers from their appointed rounds. There's
Nailed
some
it.
limit.
Yeah, there has to be, right? But you'd think a hurricane might be the limit.
I would think a hurricane. I would think fish swimming in a flooded mail post office would be the limit, but good for him, man.
That must have been wild that day. Just imagine.
Yeah.
Fish in the post office. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody should have to deal with fish.
And it wasn't the kind of fish you'd want to eat.
No. Well, maybe. If you're desperate, you could probably grab one.
Maybe.
And
all right, sure.
do what you got to do. When's the last time you had?
They're not going to be cod or salmon. They're going to be
trash fish of some kind.
Trash fish, carp or something.
Yeah, carp. We used to spit in carp when they were prominent when I was younger. Like, what was the? Oh yeah, we'd go to Lagoon. We go to Lagoon. They'd have like a little fake river thing that was part of this old West Town attraction thing. It's basically Lagoon's basically Six Flags Junior. And they had carp all up and down that little fake river. And so as teenagers or young, junior high kids, the thing to do would lean over the bar and spit into the river, and the carp would eat it.
Right, because they think you're throwing food in. They don't know.
They don't know. Carp are stupid.
They see other people coming over and throwing stuff in, so anybody that walks over to the side of the river and
Yeah. And so I'm convinced that the reason you never see anyone serve carp anywhere is partially because we know they've been spit on and they're happy to eat it. They've been raised on spit, so don't eat the carp. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah, maybe I didn't eat that for my morning.
I do want to know what his limit is. So if the power's down, it seems like you wouldn't be able to sort or do any of the back end stuff that you need to get mail out. Back in the day, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it wasn't a thing. So you would.
I'm sure they've got backup generators for lights to do manual sorting if the automatic sorters are down. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I assume so. I don't know how that works, but anyway, hey Joe, thanks for the update and the info.
Thank you for delivering really what's just turned into the bills for the companies that don't send them to my email and advertisements.
Yeah. I don't think I get much else in the mail now. I get Christmas cards, I guess. That's it.
Sure.
That's fun. That's a nice tradition. You know?
I don't want those digitally.
No.
I did get some, like Aunt Barb and Uncle George both sent me digital. They're probably Blue Mountain or one of these companies that do digital cards. And one of them was Martin Short doing like a happy birthday song, kind of like, his whole like over the top deal.
Mm-hmm. His live on Broadway Martin Short voice. Yeah.
Pretty much, exactly. Yeah. And they use all sorts of tricks and AI and stuff to so that he says your name in the Martin Short voice, and then the signs up that he's dancing in front of say my name on it and stuff, and he integrates it into the song and things like that. And I really wanted to get into the nuts and bolts of how this works. And if your name is like, let's say you've got can you think of like a 5 or 6 syllable name?
Oh,
like
gosh.
Brian is a quick one, right? Scott,
like
quick,
how about
boom, boom.
Soledad O'Brien? How about that?
I imagine you don't put in both first and last name, but Soledad O'Brien is good. Let's say Ozymandias.
Sure, there you go.
Your name is Ozymandias.
Sure.
I wonder how if that breaks the system. And so, Martin Short kind of freezes for a second, and we want to wish a happy birthday to Ozymandias.
Well, that's great. Is that an officially licensed thing, or are they somebody stealing Martin Short's?
Oh no, it's got to be officially licensed. There's no way this thing. I could actually probably even forward it to you if you want to see it.
Yeah, I want to hear it. If you've got it, that's awesome.
I've got it right here. Scott, I can.
It'll let me play it, I guess, without being logged into something or whatever.
Yeah. You don't need to. You'll just basically follow a link. I just got to find it.
Yeah.
From Barb. I'll just go to my search thing.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. There we go. Barb.
Yeah.
Barb.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's back.
There it is right here.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh, it's happening.
All right.
Help! It's happening.
I can feel it.
Copy.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Here you go. This is the. You should see it now in your Discord.
I see nothing in Discord. Oh, you put it in the wrong one. Hold on.
I did. I put it in the Recomentals playing Discord.
Not a problem. Here we go. Okay.
That's where I also put the link to Craft apparently too. Hello.
So let's see if this works. Here you go, chat. Let's see if we can play it. Oh, it's muted.
At first, I was
a weird little gig, and it's a little Martin Short hate in the chat room.
Not fans,
some non-fans of only Murders in the Building. But when you've got a shot like this, right? Let me copy and put that in the correct location this time. And your name is Ozymandias.
Yeah. No way.
Is it like super tiny? Ozymandias.
Let's see. I gotta change. Oh yeah. I like that. Whatever. This is fine.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be. Someone in the chat or Rainbow Bright says you're probably gonna get dinged for that. I paused it for the final YouTube post, so I'm not worried about it. But yeah, that song is probably enough to for some robot.
I doubt it. It's not really. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. It
doesn't matter. I get stuff for. I've had a takedown once when you or someone I was with. I don't remember what co-host it was, but somebody saying something, and I got dinged for it.
Really, just like without any accompaniment.
No,
it was enough to
even that, and I probably could have fought it. I didn't bother because I was just like whatever.
Yeah.
But
let's see if I go do 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 do.
At least and now
enough like Suzanne Vague to pull that off.
Yeah, more like Suzanne Vegas.
Suzanne Vague.
Yeah, very vague. That was a very vague Suzanne Vegas.
Yeah.
Also, got a thing about Second and Charles. This is Colby from Atlanta. He says, "Hello, Scott, Brian, and Brian." I don't know why. I guess the other Brian was here when we talked about it.
We were talking about. It was before last Monday's show. A week ago Monday's show when I was talking about the lactosing that people thought was a shooting.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. The the mall lactosing. Anyway, this is a message in regards to TMS 2691. You guys were talking about Second and Charles, and Dunaway mentioned that Second and Charles look like a Books A Million. I wanted to let you guys know he is onto something there. BAM and Second and Charles, BAM meaning Books A Million, are owned by the same parent company, and in fact, one of the purposes of Second and Charles is to sell overstock merchandise from Books A Million at a discount. Love the show, though, Colby. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's great. So if it doesn't sell at Books A Million, look for it in a couple of weeks at your local Second and Charles.
It's like TJ Maxx and Home Goods.
Right.
They're owned by the same parent company, and they share a lot of stuff.
One is for overstock. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the Home Goods that we go to is fun. Like, that's where I got this skull. Every once in a while, something will show up, and I'm like, that's badass, and it cost me like $5.
Yeah.
But mostly that's a store for my wife, and I don't like being in there because it's just too many houseware things and candles and
it gives me anxiety. It's always in such disarray.
Yeah.
I can't do Home Goods. Actually, I can't do either of them, TJ Maxx or Home Goods. I always feel like their stuff is strewn all over the place. That's why I don't go to a Dollar General.
Yeah, same thing. It's too much.
That's what those places look like inside.
Yeah, they're too much. They're like packed with crap, and it's an assault on your senses. There used to be a craft place here. It was just local, and it's gone now. But it used to be called Zim's. And I would go in there with Kim, and it was a lot of like styrofoam heads and like letters made out of cardboard and glitter and this sort of thing. And I used to just feel so claustrophobic in there, partly because nothing in there was for me.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, I cannot get out of here fast enough. I freaking hate this store. And I get a little bit of that in Home Goods. But occasionally I'll be walking through Home Goods and it'll be like, oh, Madagascar branded corn nuts. Those are weird. Let's try those. And then I'll find a skull for $5, and I'm happy. But she loves it. Loves it.
Similar, there's a store near me called Black and Red, READ, and it's where I usually go for record store day. They've got great, like a massive selection of vinyl, and they also have CDs and tapes and rarities, a big wall full of like rare albums and box sets and things like that.
Sure.
And one side of their store is the record side or the music side, and it's got all this stuff on it. And they've got like it's like they got a second store that they absorbed the store next door to them, and then cut holes to make it so you could go from one to the other. That side of the sort of thing.
Sure.
And that side is books and board games and things like that. But that side feels like you're visiting somebody's house, and the part they want you to hang out in that's clean is the music side, and the part of the house where they put all the stuff to clean the clean part of the house, it's all hoardery, is in the other side. That the book side feels like where everybody put the things that they that they wanted to clean the house but didn't want to get rid of. Just shove it in that side. It's all good. Stacks of dusty books and
we all have a room like that, or a part of a room like that.
Yeah.
We have one that we were sure was going to be Kim's like craft room. It was going to have a sewing machine and have all these shelves and stuff, but instead it's like there's a mattress in there and freaking.
Yeah. I've got the other half of the basement, the last third of the basement is like that. It's like every box that I need for packing and shipping, Etsy crap or whatever is over there. The Tina's old stained glass stuff is over there. The thing she was really into for a while and not so much now. That's the side of the house that we really need to go through and just say, firebomb it.
Yep. It's the hoarder side. That's the half AMC can come film if they want. They can get in there and get that
There
done.
you go. That'll be your... Sure.
Well, there you go. Second and Charles and Books A Million. Turns out, best friends.
Best friends.
Let's add another best
Sisters,
friend.
cousins, if you will.
Yeah, that's even better. I like that. Kissing cousins. Well, no, wait. We've gone too far.
Kissing cousins. Aww.
Brian Dunaway is joining us soon. Speaking of a kissing cousin, he'll be here. And we're gonna take our fourth caller. Oh, actually, we're not. You know what? I forgot. I committed to somebody who's tried forever, and they're only going to be home today, so I'm going to let them in. I'm giving them access. Cool. Sorry, everybody. That's happening, with or without you.
I'm
all right.
fine with that.
You're okay with it? Okay.
I'll just say as the game show maven for Tadpolly Feud, I'm fine with that.
All right, good. Before we do anything else, let's welcome Brian Dunaway to the program. Hello, Dunaway. What are you doing?
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. Hey, man, just hanging out. Been doing a little work on a Wednesday. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know what it is.
You gotta be productive. If not, then they kick you out of the house.
Yeah, my understanding is you're a crucial cog in the machine there where you work, though. You're an important dude.
Oh yeah, I am the machine. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm the whole thing. Just kidding.
Show us your
Just
cogs.
kidding, coworkers.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like without a Dunaway, they're screwed, and the whole city of wherever you are is screwed. You know.
I've told them many times. Look, you can totally replace me, but not for the price that I'm doing it for. Good luck.
That's right. Yeah.
Nice.
You want to pay more, fine, but if you want to keep it real.
Right. I may be replaceable, but I'm cheap.
That's right.
That's what you're saying.
We have on the line with us Chiros or Shiros. I'm not sure how to say it now that I think about it.
Kairos, maybe?
Kairos? Shiros, Chiros, Kairos. You're here. How are you? What's going on?
It's quite all right. I make up names, and it was only this week that I got Tom to say my other part of this correctly, because I made up many years ago a name for myself for Syra Chiros.
Oh.
And it's not based on anything other than the fact that I was writing a book at the time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Little self-promotion.
You should
pronounce Chiros.
Chiros.
So it's not Chiros, then it's Chiros. Okay.
Yeah.
Chiros. But honestly, if it makes it easier, my name is Preston.
All right, Preston.
Okay.
What if it was Honey Nut
Good.
Chiros? Honey
I've
Nut
had it.
Chiros.
Yeah, that joke's been used before.
Yeah, has it? Okay.
I don't know any Preston, so I'm gonna call you Preston. I don't know any.
We
Now I
know
one.
two. We now know two Tadpole Prestons, at least that we know of. We
Nice.
got BioCow and we have this
there are two.
Preston. Yeah, there are
Oh,
only
Hellcow's
two.
name is Preston?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. He's biologically a cow, but he goes by Preston. All right. Anyway,
Preston impersonator.
it's good to have you here. We're going to play a game, and Brian here, that is to say the Ibbot Brian, is going to explain it and tell you what you might win today if you perform well. Brian, take it away.
That's right. Okay, the Ibbot Brian says it's time to play the Tadpolly Feud. I've surveyed the Tadpole on some nerdy topics, and the Johnson Scott and the Dunaway Brian will have to predict the answers that they gave us. It's their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. The Churros Preston, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you'll get a prize package that includes Risk of Rain 2 and Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign. Couple sequels.
Yeah, Risk of Rain 2 in particular. Excellent
good.
game. It's so good.
Really?
Delicious game.
Yeah, one of the best. The other one I've not played, but I'm sure it's also good. So
I'm sure.
I'm one of those rare Mac gamers, so I'll probably donate these back to the Tadpole.
Oh, I think that's on the Mac, isn't it? Risk of Rain.
Is it? I don't know. We'll
take
find
a look,
out.
and if it's not on the Mac, then I'll work with you to get you a couple games that are on the Mac.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have any.
Yeah, I mean,
codes for Shape
I think
2,
we got Pac-Man and Peggle and
Snake. I believe is there a Snake code?
So he's right. Risk of Rain 2 not on Mac. Knights of Honor. Let's see. I'll just do a quick search on this because
Knights of Dishonor.
If you had a fourth person, Scott, you can donate it to that person simply because I'm playing too much World of Warcraft to be.
Okay, that's a good point.
Look at you on the Teet.
So am I. I'm definitely on the Teet. I haven't been on the Teet this hard since like 08. I am a hardcore Teet.
Well, the Tauren thanks you.
Yeah, the Tauren that's laying in that freaking cavern still dead.
Can you milk my Tauren, Scott?
Yes.
Can you milk my Tauren?
Yes, I can. All right. Well, that's fantastic. We'll figure out a way. Regardless,
we'll give it away to somebody. Yeah, cool.
Let's get in here and see what we get. I'm excited.
All right. Well, we asked 522 Tadpoolers the following question. Please put your hands on your buzzers and tell me this. Name a comedian that does great impressions. Scott.
Dana Carvey. It's the first one that came to my mind. Dana Carvey.
Show me 80s stalwart Dana Carvey. Just kidding. Of course, he's number one. He's who I thought of. He is who I thought of immediately for this one. So good choice right there. No answers will beat it. So you automatically get control of the board and you get Chiros as a partner.
All right, Chiros. Let's do this. Since we're both on the Teet.
I'm just happy to have a category that I have some knowledge about.
Oh, good. That makes me happy to hear. Let's hear your first reaction then. Who would you add to this list?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Yes.
Let's do it.
That was going to be who I was going to say. I love Robin Williams still.
Yes.
Still.
Man of 1,000 voices, that guy.
Still love him.
Yeah.
He likes World of Warcraft too.
He sure did.
Yeah, they have a shrine to him in Warlords of Draenor.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, and they
he's
did.
a genie.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty great.
Named his child out after a game.
I'm in World of Warcraft. All right, well, I've got to get my longsword.
Are you trying to get on this board, Ibbot?
Show me Robin Williams. Number
good.
4. Very good.
Okay. Boy, that's interesting. Wonder who those 2 others are on there. 2 and 3.
Yeah.
All right. One of the best impersonators ever is a little less known though. It's that dude from Mad TV, not Will Sasso, but it was later years.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of his name though.
We were just talking about this past week, right? No, you were talking about Sasso.
Were we talking about Sasso? I can't remember. This guy, I cannot remember his freaking name. He's so dead on, and he does hundreds of them.
Well, that's all we need. Just give him the points.
He does this.
Just tell me that. Yeah.
He does everybody on the Avengers. He does every Avengers voice, and it's crazy. His Robert Downey Jr. will put you in the grave. It's amazing.
Really? Oh, that's amazing.
I can't think of his name.
If only
though.
he had a name.
Yeah, if only he had a name. So instead, let's use somebody like, oh gosh, dang it, SNL, shit. Barry, Bill Hader.
Oh, nice. Bill Hader's a great call. I love him.
All right,
so good.
show me Bill Hader. Does an amazing Vincent Price, among other things. Yeah, Bill Hader, number 6 on the board. Scott coming in hot with 11 points already. 0. And Brian even hasn't answered a question yet. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, I've answered some questions in the chat room. Hi, chat room. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm bored to remember the name, but this is one I hear on when I randomize comedy occasionally. Just to hear different stuff. There's a guy, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong. Frank Callahan.
Oh, that's him. That's the guy I'm thinking of.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah.
Thank you for remembering
fantastic.
it. He is amazing. He does everyone. I'll bet he could talk to you for 2 seconds, and then he could do you for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
He's
he should be
insane.
a comic
He
book
could
villain.
do you.
He's so good.
The rest of
I
his
follow him on TikTok, and he's always like just jumping. But he's the one that does that amazing Madden impression.
He's fantastic
Oh, yeah,
at
he's famous for
Madden
Madden.
and Kevin James. And
I liked him better on Vine.
Yeah.
Had had a thing in Vegas, a residency for a while. I can't remember where it was, but you could go see a Frank Caliendo show. And
The Caliendo,
Park MGM, I think.
Was it? Sounds like Caliendo sounds like a casino, doesn't it? The Caliendo.
does, yeah.
Would you have
Lose
rather
the slots
him?
at the Caliendo.
Right. Would you have rather Frank Caliendo? This is a conversation bleeding over from Film Sack. Frank Caliendo would be a better John Madden than Nicolas Cage. Is that what you're thinking?
Without a doubt.
I think so. In fact, he's aged to the point where he kind of looks like a young Madden. They should hire him. This Cage thing, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm still confused by it.
You don't need AI when you have this guy.
That's right.
No, true. Yeah.
That's absolutely right.
No AI when you got this guy.
That's
Two
right.
thumbs pointing right at
he's
him.
a living deep fake. All right, show me Frank Caliendo.
Oh, number two. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot we hadn't already pulled the little trigger on that one.
I was like, all right, hurry up and finish talking about him so I can flip the board.
So what's the scores currently? What are taken up?
Currently is 13 for Scott and Churros and 0 for Bri.
Okay.
B. Dunny.
Churros, you got any other hot names popping?
Popping. Fresh. Dough.
I mean, I'm a little worried about going too far in the past because there's some people who are, amazing.
You're
but
killing
they're
me. Just do whatever.
They're like your moms.
Give me a chance.
What'd you say, Kevin Pollak?
Chance.
Hey, Dunaway, shut up for a sec.
Probably not someone that you can think of as a stand-up comedian, but I've watched him do stand-up, and he does great.
He got really quiet. Did you get
You
quiet?
got really quiet all of a sudden, Churros.
Yeah, I'll turn you up.
Did you step away from your mic to breathe?
No.
Okay, you're a little better now. I'm actually.
Hold on.
It's weird. You might have some weird gain thing going on. But I heard you. Let's get Kevin Pollak in there.
He is fantastic. Good. And man, everybody does a Christopher Walken. Kevin Pollak nails it. Like you can close your eyes and think you're listening to the actual Christopher Walken. Show me Kevin Pollak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
One of the
Captain.
best
I
parts of
believe
the
he
usual
got
suspects.
invited to meet with Kevin or Christopher Walken when Walken was getting his star.
Oh, no way.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
If I recall.
He does a incredible Shatner. Well, more like Captain Kirk, but his Kirk is unbelievable. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's really, really good. Yeah.
Boy, he was low on that
a
list.
show for a while, like like a regular show, and it was with his sidekick was the Freaks and Geeks kid, the not Martin Starr and not the main kid, but the shorter kid with the dark hair, looked Italian. Can't remember that.
It was
Sam Levine. Thank you, Kelly 138. Sam Levine.
It was like a podcast.
Sam Levine
thing.
was Kevin. Yeah, it was a video podcast.
I don't think they're doing that.
A vlog, as the kids are. No, not anymore. Huh?
Maybe they. I know he's on. He guest stars on a lot of stuff. So
he does. He was a regular on that Mrs. Maisel for a while, and they
he's
pulled
great.
him in for a lot of stuff.
He's great. Kevin Pollak's chat show. That's what it was called.
That's what it was. Kevin Pollak's chat show. It was great. Oh my God, he had the greatest interview with Titus Welliver from Bosch and Lost, and that one I was just riveted to the whole time. I couldn't listen to it while I was or watch it while I was doing other things. I had to just pay full attention to it.
Nice. All right. We're killing Dunaway here, and it feels good. So let's keep going.
5 answers left on the board. 0 points still for Brian. 21 points for Scott.
I don't know if he's been considered this since he's been in late night for a long time, but Jimmy Fallon used to be really good at impressions.
Oh, yeah.
His
Bee Gees.
Yeah, his
Gibbs.
His Gibbs.
His Neil Young is great. He does doesn't he do a Bruce Springsteen or something? I think.
Yeah, he does a lot of musical stuff. Does
a lot of musical
really good there.
stuff.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Let's see how he lands here.
Okay, show me Jimmy the Fallon.
Darn it.
Number 12, almost on the board, or almost the free guess, but not quite. But it finally gives Brian Dunaway a chance to play.
We don't want to wipe the board and let.
I appreciate that.
I've chatted with Dunaway a number of times on Saturdays. So yeah,
that's right. So it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. It's okay if you kill me. It's okay. I just want you to get some games and then give them away to somebody.
You need a minimum of 3 answers, by the way, Brian, to even have a chance at this.
Then fine. I guess I'll go with. Oh Jesus, you people haven't heard this name in decades, but whenever I think about this kind of stuff, we start to my night, watching stuff late night. Rich Little was the master impressionist when we were growing up.
Yeah, this is the one.
Johnny Carson.
This is the one that I was thinking of. Like, this is my parents' impersonator. Like,
yeah. He was really good.
Yeah, no, he's amazing.
He's very good. All right, show me Rich Little.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 44 of you need to go schedule your colonoscopy if you haven't yet. So, number 3 answer on the board.
That's great. Rich Little still around, or did he pass? I don't remember.
I think he's still around. He had a Branson, Missouri show or something for a while.
He's still with us, 85 years old, still rocking.
Yeah.
It's basically my mom's age.
But he still only does Nixon and Howard Cosell and
there was like 5 that he did. Right? And that's it. That was kind of the limit with that dude. He didn't do a ton. Exactly. Although he did an amazing Carson. He would come on Carson and do Carson.
His Carson
was unbelievable. It was amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh, right. That Dunaway, that's still your turn because you won that one.
It's still my turn. It's still my turn. I'll tell you who's the best impersonator that I heard in a really long time on SNL, and I miss him being on there. Jay Farrow.
He is fantastic.
He would kill it.
His Denzel Washington, because he has the mannerisms, he has the voice, the mannerisms, everything. Okay. Well, we're gonna do all right. Okay, we're gonna do this.
Can't get enough of him.
He's currently hosting a game show called The Quiz with Balls, where
I did not know that.
It's kind of funny. It's very similar to our half-asses, actually, where you're given 6 answers and a certain number of them are incorrect answers. Right. So you have to stand on the edge of a swimming pool with giant inflated balls rolling at you, and one for each answer. Like there's six of these balls that roll at you, and at the very last second, bars will shoot up and protect you if you're standing in front of a correct answer. So
when did we start still in Japanese game show culture?
It is very much like that Most Extreme Elimination or whatever that show was called. Very similar. Like Wipeout did it. We just love seeing people get battered around by big inflatable things. Yeah. Anyway, he gets to do his Denzel every once in a while, and and stuff like that. Free Ranger says the rules are even more confusing than that. Kind of true. All right. Show me Jay Farrow. Very good. Number 9 on the list.
Ooh, that's a
Brian
nice one.
Still on the board.
Making a little bit of a rally here. 12 points. Scott and Churros is 21. 3 answers left on the board. 5, 7, and 10. 10 will put you in the lead, but you'd need 5 and 7 to take the lead. So,
man, all I can do is think. All I can do is think of comedians right now who are just, not great impressionists, but do really good, occasionally great impressions. And I can't stop seeing Jim Carrey's stupid rubbery face. But I'm like, he didn't really do any.
He did some,
like celebrity impressions.
He did a freaking incredible Andy Kaufman.
Oh, this is true. All right, give me Jim.
Made a
Carrey.
movie about it.
Yeah.
Man
not
of the
that I'm
Moon.
trying to help you or anything.
All right.
All right. Show me Jim Carrey.
Oh, look
Number
at that.
7 on the list.
Nice.
19.
Good.
Brian just 2 points behind Scott. 2 answers left on the board. Five strikes left though. I mean, you guys will run the board if nothing else.
I think I'm gonna have to go back to SNL some more, and I think that I would be mad at me if I didn't say Billy Crystal just while we're talking about comedians.
Well, I would be mad at you if you didn't say Billy Crystal. I think Billy Crystal did a great Sammy Davis Jr.
He did a great Sammy Davis Jr.
Trying to think of who else Billy did that was not like an original Billy Crystal creation.
Right.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Now you're making me feel bad about
Muhammad
my answer.
Ali. He did Muhammad Ali, and he's friends, or he was friends with Muhammad Ali. And if you've never seen Billy Crystal's, boy, he really did a lot of stuff in blackface. Now that I think about it, if you've never seen Billy Crystal's Muhammad Ali, it is, again, it's everything. It's not just the voice, but it's the mannerisms and the looks and that sort of thing. All right, show me Billy Crystal.
Oh.
No.
Not even 11, eh?
Strike number 1. Not even 11.
I got one now.
Oh, do you? Okay, that's good.
Yeah, can I take that one back?
No.
No. Back over to Churros and Scott. 2 answers left on the board.
What do you think, Churros? Kind of like
Can't
Jamie.
think of a lot of stand-up anymore.
I like Jamie Foxx a lot.
Is the Tadpole, so who knows what way they go.
Yeah, that's true. I like Jamie Foxx a lot, and I think that he's underrated as an impressionist, but partly it's just because his Trump is so good, but I don't know what else he does. So
Todd Hiddleston is surprisly good at impressions too.
He is. Yeah.
He's not a comedian, so I don't know
Not
if
really
he would have been thought of here.
Yeah.
The Tadpole did mention Keenan
Thompson.
Keenan.
No, I can't remember his last name.
Thompson. Yeah.
I love Keenan Thompson.
That might be a good idea. The only other one I'm thinking of is, I can't remember her name, but she doesn't do impressions as much as really distinct voices. Maria something.
Oh, I know who you mean.
I know who you mean.
Maria Bamford's who you're thinking of.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah, her impressions are amazing, but she's doing she's definitely doing comedic impressions but they're more like impressions of stereotypes, not individuals. But that might be enough to get on the list. I think we try it. Let's go, Maria Bamford. Let's get a lady on here for hell's sakes. Look at this sausage party.
Agreed. All right, show me Maria Bamford.
Damn
surprisingly, no, and surprisingly, not even on the list. And she is good enough to be like there's some people on here that should not be on the list, and Maria Bamford should be in their place in any of their places.
Yeah, I mean, part of what I love about her is her obscurity, so maybe it's fine.
Maybe that's good.
Yeah, she's awesome. Well,
now I'm torn between Tina Fey and her Sarah Palin, or Maya Rudolph and her Kamala. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, you got it right. You're one of the few people who gets it right. Nice job.
Maya Rudolph.
All right.
I think that's the way to go. Another SNL alum.
I mean, her Kamala's great, but don't forget her Oprah's really good. Her she does quite a few great impersonations. All right, show me Maya Rudolph.
Poop.
Oh.
No, also surprising that she's not on here.
Not 11 or nothing? Fine.
Not 11 and not even in the list, surprisingly. Yeah, very surprising.
Well,
so someone, Tadpole mentioned it, and we should have thought of it at the time. because we were talking about Jim Carrey, but Andy Kaufman.
Oh, Andy Kaufman himself. Good point.
Oh, nice.
He did tons of impressions. He did Elvis. He did other stuff.
other things
Name
that
another.
were funny, hilarious.
Yeah, I might be out of them. I
think you might be out of it. The only one I ever remember seeing him do was Elvis, but he did a great Elvis.
It's so part of me's like Will Ferrell, Daryl Hammond, that kind of era. That might be a place to farm, but
Yeah,
I want to go with Churros' gut here. What do you want? What do you think?
there's so many. It's just that's a deep cut that I could see the Tadpole pulling.
Does Kristen Wiig do impressions? I can't remember what Kristen Wiig does.
She definitely did a lot in SNL.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love her, but I can't think of impressions in particular. And I didn't watch a ton of those seasons, so I maybe I just missed a bunch.
Yeah, neither did I.
Should we go? Well,
Kaufman.
Let's go Kaufman. Let's do it.
Okay. Show me Andy Kaufman.
Oh! All right.
Another one that I don't even think was mentioned by anybody. Amazingly, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right. So that was your third strike, Brian. You've got 19 points to Scott's 21. Getting either of these answers would win you the game. Get both of them, and Churros gets the games he doesn't even want anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go then. I got it figured out.
All right. Good.
Cut
Great sticks for you.
Out.
Okay.
That's right. Dave Coulier.
Oh, Dave
Uncle
Coulier.
Joey? He was Uncle Joey, right? Uncle Joey, yeah.
Uncle Joey.
Star of Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill album.
Yeah.
I used to do the pie thing. I actually liked his pie. I didn't care much other things he did. That one always.
Did she ever confirm that? By the way, did she ever say, "Yeah, he's"?
I think she did.
The
yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was. I think it was finally
that one
confirmed.
song.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure, it was confirmed for You Ought to Know. Yeah.
Man, that one. Whew.
Yeah.
That'll get you right in the gut.
All right. So you're going with Dave Coulier?
Do it.
Coulier?
Coulier.
Sure. All right. Show me Dave Coulier. Third strike, game is over, but that means Churros, you have enough points to win, and we'll figure out a way to give these prizes away to somebody else. Or, that's right, you said you don't want me to even look through the list and find you a Mac game. We'll give them to somebody else. We'll figure out a good...
there's like I said, I've got another week and a half of being off to play World of Warcraft. So
nice.
Tell you what. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Starting now, if somebody puts in a guess, and I'm going to start with put something in the chat room that says anybody who says a guess after I put in the word here, the first person to guess one of these last two answers will get these two games.
All right.
Seems like a fair way to do this. So I'm typing here right now, and anybody after that, let's see what people say. Jim Cummings, no. Hank Azarian, no. Seth MacFarlane, no. Rebel Scum with Brian Ibbett. Let's see. Is he on the board?
That's good.
How is this
Oh
possible?
my gosh,
yes,
dude.
number 5 on the board was
Whoa,
me.
that is awesome.
I absolutely should
almost
not
said
be.
that.
41 of you are just completely and totally delusional.
No,
but,
that's awesome.
Congratulations for the suck up, Rebel Scum.
Should've saw it coming.
Yeah, well done.
DM me on Discord, and I'll get you these game codes. But yeah,
I
was even trying to help us earlier.
Surprised with you being on the list of it by any means.
Oh yeah, I knew you were going to be on there because we talk about it so much. It's like,
Yeah, but nobody knows James Adams from Same Sex Mary. Nobody knows Ken Kratz. Nobody knows.
Yeah,
everyone knows that guy.
That former president, dude. Nobody knows that guy.
Nobody's heard of him. He doesn't exist.
I know that guy. I'm from a completely different country.
Yeah, that's right. Damn it.
Let's see what this last answer is on the board. A lot of people said this one too. Gabriel Iglesias,
Fluffy.
aka Fluffy.
Yeah.
Winner
He is
of
really good.
America's
I should
Next
have thought
Top
of
Comic or whatever it is. Last Comic Standing.
I don't know who that is. I should know that. But
Fluffy.
You should know him. He's
You've
great.
probably seen Fluffy. You've probably seen him on your TikToks.
Have I? Okay.
Number 11. You guys, Brian, you said you came up with another one that you forgot. Oh, was it your?
Tina, I was going to say Tina Fey was one that I was thinking. Now I've already forgot who else is in there. I have so many comedians going through my head.
I just figured out who Iglesias is. He's the kind of the short, fluffy guy.
Your set guy.
There you go.
He's got the.
Fluffy.
He wears a lot of really bright shirts. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
He is
A lot of
hilarious.
Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Number 11, which would have gotten you an extra guess, another SNL alumni. I guess if you like impersonations of Buckwheat, James Brown,
Eddie Murphy.
And there you go. Eddie Murphy is number 11. Our first woman makes an appearance at 13. She should be much higher. Kate McKinnon from SNL does incredible impersonations, and just her range of characters are absolutely amazing. Phil Hartman, Will Sasso, Pablo Francisco, Daryl Hammond. You guys talked about him a little bit. Jamie Foxx. Another one that should have been in the top 10, Melissa Villaseñor from SNL. She, if you have not seen her music video for Everything in Spanish is Better or something like that, she just released it a couple days ago, and it is spectacular. So go search for the Melissa Villaseñor new song on YouTube. It's absolutely hilarious. Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, Conan O'Brien, Dave Chappelle, Frank Gorshin, Fred Armisen, James Dornian, Jim Gaffigan, Michael Winslow. Michael Winslow does impersonations of phones, and
he does. There are impressions
that is not
police
people.
sirens.
Also, what is
really
Gaffigan? I don't know a Gaffigan impression. I can't think of
I don't
one.
either. I mean,
well, he just does the little.
He does an impression of the audience. He does an
Yeah.
impression of the audience saying, "What are we doing here?"
Yeah, no, he does. He loves doing
commercials.
that. Does he?
Yeah.
I mean, he sings the Hot Pocket song, but I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's pretty
weird
good
pick.
though.
Weird
Spot
pick.
on.
Yeah.
Paul F. Tompkins, Ralph Garman, Rory Bremner, Ross Marquand. A great choice there. If he was a comedian, be perfect, because that dude can also do 2/3 of the Marvel Universe impersonations. Seth Meyers. Seth Meyers does a great. If you haven't seen it, Seth Meyers also does a great Trump. Shane Gillis, Andy Samberg, Benedict Cumberbatch, Billy West.
Shane Gillis. Oh, he does Trump too. Everyone does Trump.
Everyone does Trump. I know. I started it. Bobcat Goldthwait. I had to save this one here. Brian Ibbett. Ha, really rich little. I just had to save that one because it was so funny. Let's see. Chloe Feynman, Claude Monet, impressionist. I get it. Craig Gass, Dan Soder, David Allen Greer, Eddie Izzard, Gilbert Gottfried, Greg Davies.
Gilbert Gottfried did who?
He did
an angry taller man.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't do impressions. He screams like a guy that screams.
More people do impressions of Gilbert Gottfried than Gilbert
Impressions
Gottfried
of being
does
a human or
impressions of other
something?
people.
What is the thing?
Yeah,
Right,
I don't, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Howie Mandel, again, I can't think of a single. I think people are just like,
He did. Yeah, he was a comic, but he did Bobby's World. So
it's not an
He
impression
also-
though.
But that's not an
Howie
impression.
Mandel also voiced Gizmo from.
that's
Right?
true. Yeah,
But it's not an impression.
he's more
of a
voice
Gremlin.
acting.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
just voice
a lot of
actors.
voice acting.
Yeah.
Somebody else that should have gotten more than one person naming him is James Austin Johnson, who is kind of the new breakout star of SNL, and his impressions are spot on. Jeff Dunham, Joe Flaherty, Joey Gladstone, Jon Stewart, John Jagger making an appearance in the list.
Good job, John.
He is good.
Jonathan Winters, Keenan Thompson, Kristen Wiig, Larry the Cable Guy, Mark Hamill, Matt Friend, Mike Myers, Morgana Robinson, Nick Mullen, Norm MacDonald, Peter Kay, Phil Cool, Bob Bryden, Sammy Davis Jr., Seth MacFarlane, Sid Caesar, Sour Shoes, agreed, Stephen Colbert, Steve Coogan, Taron Killam, Tig Notaro, Tim Russ, Tina Fey, Tom Hiddleston, did get a mention on here, Wayne Brady, Will Sasso, and Zach Hadel.
Norm MacDonald's Burt Reynolds is one of my favorite impressions of all time.
It's fantastic. It's a whole new person is what it is.
Yeah, it's really good. Well, all of these are fine names and people you should be entertained by, especially our good pal Chiros, who gets one of these.
Congratulations.
He's also going to send those games to somebody else via Brian's little thing we did in the chat, and so they won.
Did.
Who was that? DJ Stengel? Who won it?
No, it was
DJ?
Rebel Scum.
Rebel Scum. That's right.
Who's already messaged me, and here
Where are my games?
Here's his games. Congratulations, Rebel Scum.
Where are my games?
Because you sucked up to me, really, you won these, but I was on there, so there you go.
Yeah, nicely done. Well done. Chiros, is super fun having you on. I hope the rest of your time off is time well spent in the world of Azeroth and the underground caverns of the War Within. I hope you're having a good time in there.
I expect it is, and thank you very much for letting me pop on.
No worries, man.
You know
See you soon.
See you, brother. See you, brother.
Bye now. Hey, Dunaway, we had to bump an episode this month because of schedules and power outage and all kinds of bullshit. So this Friday, we're finally going to come together.
Flow.
The spice must flow. We are going to talk about Dune 2. No, not the movie, but the video game, for those out there wondering. And, you might wonder, how was a game on a controller on a Genesis like that? Like, how did you even do it?
Scott did it on the Genesis with that RTS real-time strategy game, and I was poo-pooing him because I played it on the PC and the DOS, and oh man, the Sega Genesis version is so much more fun.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's so much easier and more fun and fast.
Yeah.
Woo, way I was doing it was hard.
Yeah, you'd think it would be the opposite, but something's funky there. But there's a whole lot of history there, and kind of what came after is a big deal. So we're gonna get deep on all things Dune 2,
and we're gonna make fun of the original Dune game.
Yeah,
that one.
That was.
I'm not gonna pick fun. It was all right.
Garbage. It's not all right. It's terrible, dude. Terrible. But we'll talk about it more on Friday, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time. That's over at frogpants.tv. Brian Dunaway, kiss our butts.
No, you.
All righty. I sure will kiss my own butt. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be here, and we'll get a little tech time in, as well as Recomentals with our friends Nicole and Randy. That's coming up shortly. Before that, though, a music break that Brian brought.
That's right. This is our Indie in the Middle segment here, and this is a fun one. A band called the Intemperate Sons, which we've played these guys before. They're very cool. This photo apparently was Free Sunglasses Day in the forest, and I think I'm just going to share this with Scott so he can enjoy this. But oh nope, looks like I can't just drag it right in there. Never mind. I can probably copy and paste it. It's just a fun picture of four guys standing in the forest. Everybody with sunglasses on. Just
look at
these are the Intemperate Sons. Now, here's what's really cool is we get not just an Indie in the Middle, but a cover, because this is their cover of the Alice in Chains song Brother. They do an incredible job with this. This was just a regular little single that they released. They have not put this on an album, but who knows? Maybe they will. They do have new stuff coming out very, very soon. They've worked with Orgy, Dead by Sunrise, and Julian Kay. Really, really like these guys, so it's no wonder we've played them a couple times. Here are the Intemperate Sons and Brother.
Do you get diarrhea too? Yes, I get diarrhea. Teet stops my diarrhea.
I bought my husband a round of golf, and our love life has never been better.
We're back from the song. Who was that one more time?
Sure, that's a band called the Intemperate Sons with a brand new single they just released. It's a cover of Alice in Chains' Brother, the Intemperate Sons.
Nice. Is it S-O-N or S-U-N?
S-O-N-S.
Okay.
Sons.
That makes sense. That you would
the boys of intemperance.
Yep, they're the ones. Always watch out for them. All right, check this out, y'all.
Congratulations.
That's the wrong one. Where'd it go?
What do we win?
Tom.
Oh, we win a Tom.
Well, Tom, I always congratulate Tom because he's great and everything. But
stop it.
You know how it goes. Hey, look who it is. It's Tom Merritt. Everybody, he is the DTNS Lord of all things Daily Tech News Show. And as a result, he's here on Wednesdays to talk about tech stories, things that are going on that might interest you at home if you're into tech and that sort of thing. Tom Merritt, welcome back.
Well, thank you for having me back, Brian and Scott.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Always.
But I'm not a lord. I as much as I support monarchies, I am not a monarch of my own. However, if you are wondering about the Telegram CEO's arrest, I direct you to Monday, Tuesday, and later today's episodes. Hopefully, I'm going to get Patrick Beja to do a little recording with us to explain the French aspect of that. Patrick is not only French, but actually in France right now. So if his children cooperate, we'll have a little bit about that. But you go to DTNS for that. That's boring. Like, I don't know, weird stuff. Telegram, do you even use it? TMS users, some of you do, some of you don't. I have better news for you, Scott and Brian. GameStop is opening retro stores.
Oh, shit. Wait, not in the same stores, but like new fronts for retro stuff? How's that working?
I don't know. I think these are probably some locations that they might have been like, well, we either shut them down or we turn them into GameStop Retro. But that's the name of them, GameStop Retro. There's a post on X that says, the classics are back. New retro GameStops are now spawning near you. And it has a GameStop Retro logo, as well as the logos of all of the old game consoles you would expect. Xbox, Xbox 360, GameCube, Game Boy, SNES, Genesis, PS Vita is even on there.
Oh, wow.
Dreamcast is on there.
Still, their logo probably still looks like Smashburger, but it's more faded colors for the retro stores.
So it looks like it's the same font, but it's white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got a Back to the Future style retro underneath it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll send this to you, Brian. You can see the.
Yeah,
it's actually kind of great. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
If you go to the store locator, not only can you find out if there's any stores near you, but you can also buy the stuff online. So they're selling a Nintendo Wii U for $120.
Wow.
You can buy it. You can have it shipped. You can pick it up in the store. You can have same day delivery if it's if there's a store near you. I think this is kind of genius, Scott.
Here's the reason I think this is smart. There's a couple things going on here. One, GameStop is trying to constantly figure out a way to survive during a increasingly digital market, and it's surprising they're around as long as they've been around. It's like crazy that a physical store location still maybe not thrives, but just survives in what gaming is today. That being said, retro is at a bit of a crescendo right now. People are way into it, and this seems like a very smart way to take what probably is warehouses full of crap they have accumulated over years and years and years, because people trade in all the time there, and a lot of that stuff they resell, but a lot of it they hang on to. So why not jump on that bandwagon? I actually think it's really smart of them to do this, and it's a throwback to their heyday when they were king of the hill. I guess they're still king of the hill because they haven't gone away, but back in the day when they were
the hill just got smaller.
Yeah, but when they
still
were
king of it.
when they were sucking everybody up like Electronics Boutique and Babbage's and Software Etc. and stuff, and these things were all disappearing into the GameStop family. They looked like they were unstoppable, and then recent years not as much. So I think this is a really good idea for them. I think it's great. Dunaway will love this. I'm going to talk to him about this later.
Yeah.
He'll spend more
it's
time
a way to
there.
preserve the need for a storefront, right?
Right.
I think about it with bookstores too. Barnes and Noble in the U.S. anyway is kind of the only new bookstore chain left standing. But I know lots of used bookstores near me that are still kicking. All right, because as much as we are able to read digitally, a lot of people still like to pick up a book. And picking up a book used is actually, cheaper, and you get a more interesting selection sometimes. I feel like that's what GameStop is doing, is saying instead of going full Barnes and Noble, which I think they're still doing, which is to say this is about game culture. We're going to sell you tchotchkes and figurines and stuff like that, accessories, controllers, hardware. They are also saying we're going to be the used bookstore of games as well, because like you said, we got a ton of this stuff, and what better way to try to sell it than to push it right up front and say, hey, retro is big. I think you're absolutely right, Scott. You nailed it. They're riding a trend. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but feels like the best bet they have for a lot of these locations.
Yeah, there's also a question of how long does that honeymoon last, or how long is the interest there? I think probably longer than people think. So I do think it's a really good idea. It's also in response to smaller mom and pops popping up everywhere focused on retro. That's happening a lot, and they don't want to, they don't want to lose their corporate foothold on
somebody eat their lunch.
Yeah. So my expectation is this will do good for them, and I actually think it'll help their brand image with gamers a little bit. Funny enough, because most gamers just kind of scoff at GameStop. They don't usually buy their stuff there. They haven't been in one for years. We're too used to the Amazons and the digital marketplaces of the world. So why would we? But I'm going in if it's this. I'll absolutely go in there.
Yeah.
I want to get a working, I don't know, GBA SP or something.
There you go.
This seems like a great place to do it. So I don't know. This is smart, and I think they'll probably do well. I don't know if it means some more junk stock or, any fun in that regard.
Yeah, no, good question.
Yeah, probably not.
But yeah, you want a DualShock 2 wired controller for $15, now you know where to go.
Yeah, I can get in there right away. Well, I'll tell you what else I'll be getting into today, like a retro GameStop. That's the Daily Tech News Show today at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, where Tom will lord over us and tell us cool things about tech. Not true at all, but Tom, what's coming up or anything else you want to mention that's going on?
Yeah. So to get back to the Telegram stuff, one of the reasons I didn't want to talk about it as much here is there's so much we don't know, and I'm not sure how much it impacts, the average TMS viewer's life right now because Telegram's still operating fine. So it's a lot of. We know that there is some accusation that the CEO of the company is complicit in distributing child pornography. Not that he did it, but that because he didn't crack down on it. Best guesses are that France asked for him to hand over an identity of someone who was distributing it, and they just didn't respond. And I don't know enough about French law or even French citizen expectations to make a guess at what might be. If this was in the U.S., I could give you a whole range of things that are like, oh, it's probably this kind of law enforcement request, and they're going to dispute it in court. I don't know how that works in France, so we're going to talk to Patrick about that hopefully on DTNS. Scott's going to have a great segment about Procreate. I'm looking forward to that, and them taking what I think is a more nuanced stance than people realize regarding AI. So we're going to get into that as well, and of course I'm still trying to get to 100% on Synced. So if you are someone who can convince your workplace to jump in and back the book, I can do some actual virtual visits to corporate workplaces and talk about technology just to get us over that end line. So check that out at tomsnewbook.com.
Fantastic. I think that's a great idea, and you should do it right away. Tom Merritt, he is Ace Detect on all the socials, so go follow him there. He's a hoot on there, okay? He's a hoot.
I'm having a good time with you on Threads right now.
Oh, that's great. We have these amazing back and forths on Threads. It's like, I don't know what to call it. It's like sarcasm ping pong or something.
Yeah,
it's really good. Yeah, we're getting gold and silver medals in the new event. Tom Merritt, have a good one. We'll see you later today.
Bye, y'all.
Bye now.
Bye.
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 I mean, I would totally go to a GameStop that had a bunch of retro stuff just to hang around.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
For sure. Bet you I could get an Atari Jaguar there or a.
Yeah, I bet you could. I'll bet you could. I wonder what you would get. You're trying to get rid of your PS3 or your 360 or something, or both.
Both of which, yeah.
I wonder what they'll give you for that there. If you get like a better.
Oh, you think I'd get more at a GameStop retro than I would at a regular GameStop?
Possibly. I don't know. It's worth exploring, and then
honestly, I think I'd even be happy trading my 360 for a DS, a Game Boy, dual screen, or the with the square one that flips up.
Oh,
SP?
SP,
no, what was
yeah,
that?
the SP, GBA SP. Yeah, I love that thing.
GBA SP.
Greatest console they ever made. I stand by it. Love it. I'd put
Great
it up.
form factor, and the best way to play Advance Wars, in my opinion.
Yeah, Advance Wars rules. Oh my gosh, that game's good. Just you saying Advance Wars makes me want to keep playing Advance Wars.
Right? Yeah.
Love that so much. All right, we are going to dive directly into the pool here. I gotta find the damn names. Here we go. Okay, we got Randy Jordan coming in. We got Nicole Spag coming in. Ooh, Nicole's online.
It's a full group.
Yeah, and her light is green. That makes me happy. All right, let's see what we got here for this.
Well, what do you recommend?
All right, pull up a bag of popcorn and your favorite streaming remote channel unit. It's time for us to do the Recomentals. That's right, stuff we've seen on streaming services, and we have our good friends Nicole here. Hello, Nicole.
Hi. Unit. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, fantastic. It's always good to hear your voice.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay?
Yeah, you sound real good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Randy Jordan also joining us from the other side of the country. Hello, Randy.
Good morning stream. Hi, how are you?
I'm
fine.
Good. That's all good.
Thanks for the Tadpolly Feud. All it made me think of was Danny Gans. I don't know if you
I don't know who that
ever
is.
got to see him.
Danny Gans.
I've never seen him live, but I do remember Danny Gans in Vegas, another impersonation stalwart. Him and Fred Travellina.
Yep.
Also surprised nobody said Fred Travellina in the list.
Well, Danny Gans died about 15 years ago, but before then, he was, man, I saw him probably 10 times.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I saw his billboard a bunch. How's that?
Oh, it was
down the strip. Yeah.
Why did you send us a Martin Short thing?
Oh.
I just wanted you to see Martin Short with waving my name. That's all.
No,
that's great.
He didn't send it to you. It was here before you got here. It was already in the channel, but it's some.
I accidentally had the Recomentals planning because I was doing the quick TMS.li thing, and when I was trying to send to Scott, I accidentally sent.
Right. I forgot you put that in there.
That's where you can see both my birthday message and the notes app that I use for Film Sack.
Yeah,
I gotta save that video and figure out who else I know named Brian who will eventually turn 55.
Yeah.
Well, Brian Dunaway is on the cusp of that.
He's getting there. A couple of years. Yeah. He'll be
Was
there.
that actually, did somebody pay to have him do that?
Somebody paid to have the AI insert my name into a video.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he did not. This is
can't trust anything anymore.
I was going to say, Martin Short's Cameo account is really something, boy. That they go all out. They go all out on there.
Say.
Yeah, I must say.
It's really good, I must say.
All right, how about we dive in here? Brian, we have your clip. You're all lined up. What do you want to say about it?
Let's do this. This is a series. This was one that I didn't have on my radar, and then Tina heard from somebody who was good, and she kind of pressured me into watching it, and I'm kind of glad she did. It's like, wow, why was I afraid to watch this thing? Because it's absolutely it's great. Series from earlier this year on Netflix.
All right, here we go. Oops, why didn't it play? Here we go.
Bodies. I'm not interested in bodies. I'm about empathy. People talk about true crime being sensationalist, but you know what's really sensational? Just listening to people tell their story. There's nothing more interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Right? The best stories are always mysteries. And there's only one true mystery. The human heart.
Wow. People will listen to that, will they?
Wait, Dove? Are you Dove? Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. Do you know our researcher, Emmy?
I'm Emmy Souza. I work in the digital department. We've actually met a couple of times.
No, I don't think so.
Oh. So I've organised everything. Accommodation is sorted, interviews lined up. I've got maps. I've hired a driver for the week. Sean O'Shea. How Irish is that? I've actually been trying to learn Irish, which is a really difficult language.
Hey, this is gonna be so much fun. Look at us, the dream team. Bodkin has no idea what's about to hit it.
Nice. Oh, there's the name at the end.
Podcast. He does a podcast, right?
Correct. Yeah, this is Bodkin, said there at the end.
Bodkin.
Yep, and Will Forte is a podcaster who does a true crime show. So he enlists the help of a couple people from London, one of whom is kind of getting pushed into helping him unwillingly because her current case that she's working on, she's kind of getting implicated in some bad stuff. So her boss says, you're going to go off to Bodkin, Ireland, and help this podcaster with his true crime story. He's going there to investigate the disappearance of some people during the Irish close to Halloween festival called Samhain. And it's these people disappeared decades earlier, so he's kind of like opening this cold case. And so he's got Dove, played by Siobhan Cullen, and she's great. You heard her at the end there. And then Robin Cara as Emmy Scissor.
Is that how you say the Cullen lady's first name? How did you say it?
Siobhan? Yeah.
Siobhan? Oh, my Lord. Yeah. I would have said Sayobahan.
Sayoban.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a crazy name. Jeez.
And I just recommended Trying a few weeks ago, and that Robin Cara is in that.
Is she in that one as well?
She's very funny. She's great.
She's great. Yeah. She's so good. So this series, what is it? 7 episodes. They start investigating this disappearance, and they uncover something a lot darker and a lot more sinister. There are comedy elements, so this is described as a black comedy thriller series. And I would say it's, that comedy is in there, and it's very funny, but it's, there's some more dark stuff going on. I think the comedy is there because Will Forte plays this inept, kind of delusional podcaster dude, but it's funny.
Do they get the podcasting right?
They do, actually. Yeah. And when he describes the podcast to people in this remote town in Ireland, everybody's response is about the same, which is, people are going to listen to that. People are going to want to listen to that. So
what show gets podcasting wrong the most, and why is it only Murders in the Building?
I think it's that, but I think that Zach Braff thing got it pretty wrong too.
Oh, that was
give that.
Forgot about that.
Give that 1 point for the worst. You know what? I take it back. I've seen some. Kim has watched some holiday Hallmark movies.
There's some Hallmark stuff.
Oh, dude,
she's a big time audio producer from the big city. Travels to her hometown to do a podcast.
Basically, that's it. Yeah, and the co-host and the host fall in love or whatever. It's horrifyingly bad. Like, they don't get any of it right. They think if you just have a microphone in your face, you're podcasting. It's like, you don't know what you're doing. Yeah.
So, I don't listen to podcasts. I don't know why.
Sure.
I just kind of gotten out of
other things. Yeah.
Right. But recently I started listening to a true crime podcast.
Oh, did you really? Oh, funny.
And it's because I guess through Amazon Music, you can listen to it ad free, and I have music. So it came up as a suggestion. And so Mateo and I started listening to it, and it is one of my favorite podcasts now. And it's called the McBallin podcast. He also has a YouTube channel, but I've just been diving into the true crime genre. So I think it's hilarious that you're recommending a show about true crime podcast.
It is. I mean, it is probably the biggest subset of podcasts. I think people really glommed onto the whole true crime genre for podcasting, and it does really well. It's a huge. It's a good genre, but McBallin is the one you're
Mr. Ballin.
Yeah.
Mr. Ballin.
Mr. Ballin. Mr. Ballin.
Yeah, Mr. Ballin. Sorry. See, I'm so new to it. But it reminded me
Mr.
of
McBallin.
Mr. McBallin. But it reminded me, like, I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, this is like, it reminds me of some of the episodes that we did with the
America's Next Top Podcaster stuff.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm listening to it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. So
that's
anyway,
very cool.
It made me think of that.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, back to podcast. I'm trying to think of a good way to segue back. No, I wasn't trying to be like, cool story, bro, and then move on. I wanted to find a way to work it back over to this. So your main people you've kind of seen in a few things. I think this David Wilmot, he looks so familiar to me, and I don't know what I've seen him in, but he's been in a ton of stuff. He was in Station 11 on HBO, Black Sails on Stars, The Tudors. He's been in a bunch of stuff. David Wilmot, Irish guy who looks like a Seamus and plays a character named Seamus.
My wife watched this whole thing in like a couple of nights, and she loved it and kept saying, "Scott, you need to watch it." So now I got 2 people.
Does it wrap up at the end, or do you think there will be? Oh, okay.
I think there could be another season. They definitely
another podcast.
Yeah, I mean they have another storyline that kind of gets wrapped up. The main storyline, all of that gets wrapped up with a bow, but they had a secondary storyline in there that, while it is resolved, could lead to another season of it. But I feel like I'll be surprised if they do another season of this. I feel like this kind of wraps things up so nicely that you don't need to go any further on it.
Cool. 7 episodes, you say? That's
7 episodes. They're about 35 or 45 minutes to an hour long each. You can, like Kim did, you could do this in a couple nights, and you'll be better off for it. It's a lot of fun, and maybe one of my favorite Will Forte things that he's done since Last Man on Earth wrapped.
I miss that show.
I do too. Yeah.
I think about that show all the time.
Yeah,
Do you
show was
really?
great.
Huh?
I
Show was great.
do.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
loved Nebraska. It's my favorite thing I've seen him in.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I got to slip that in there as my favorite thing that Will Forte's done since
Yeah.
last one. I forgot about how great that was.
I love that
Once
movie.
again, it's called Bodkin. It's on Netflix and just popped up on at the beginning of May. And I'm glad Tina finally wore me down and talked me into watching it.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Well,
Hope you're okay.
Yeah, baby.
I'm fine. A little worse for wear, but I think I'll be fine.
Okay, good. You'll recover.
I'm trying to say something that doesn't end up being a euphemism.
It's hard to do. All right, Nicole, we're swinging it over to you today. You're number 2. Tell us all about your clip.
There's only 2 episodes out, but definitely, I didn't realize I was watching something that was a weekly release. I hate that.
When
But
you think you're signing up for a movie and it turns into like, and catch the next episode next week.
yeah. So it is a documentary, streaming on Max. 2 episodes are out. It takes place in Missouri. So there you go.
They've got your
There you
MO
go.
in 2 ways. Get it? MO is short for Missouri. Get it? Anyway, that's great. Let's play it and see. Tell how far does she go? Does she really truly do anything to protect that chimp?
That woman's nuts.
So is this the next Tiger King?
It is
Well, there's
by the
connections
same
to it. Yeah.
author. So again, only 2 episodes have come out. It sets it up in the first episode talking about, so apparently Missouri has insanely lax laws when it comes to animal breeding. And I remember living in Arizona and going to like a pet store in the mall, and every single one of those dogs were from Missouri. And I'm like, why are they all from Missouri? And now that makes sense, because in Missouri, you can breed pretty much any animal and sell any animal that you want. So in Festus, Missouri, there was a woman in the 80s named Connie. I can't remember her last name, but she bred chimps. And these chimps were used in movies, and they did a thing called Chimp Party. Actually, hire this company and bring a chimp to your party, and everybody get to cuddle the chimpanzee. So when they're little, when they're juniors, I think from birth until about 5, that's the adorable part of chimpanzee. Once they get older, they become unruly. These are wild animals. That I'm watching this going, what the hell? These are wild animals. What is going on? And so this all happened because there was a law for endangered species enacted. And so chimpanzees were put on the endangered species, but if they were already in captivity, then they were exempt from that law. And so since then, has gotten involved. So PETA's involved in a lot of this. And so this started in 2020. So again, I said this was the director of Tiger King. So that pissed a lot of people off in the exotic animal world. It's like this whole underground, like it's wild, literally. And so he gets a proxy director to basically gain the trust of Connie and this woman that you heard in the clip, and she's the cover woman on she has big fake hair, big blonde hair, big fake lips. She's very just looking at her very overdone, and it's that becomes the story of this documentary. Is Connie signs over these chimps and PETA takes them to court, release these. There were 9, I think, in this captivity in Festus, Missouri, and they're just in cages. They're older chimps, so they're violent chimps. They have no room. So they're like, PETA's like, no, they need, and Tonka is the one that was in a lot of the movies in the 80s. So he actually was in a movie called Buddy
I remember
with-
Buddy. Buddy was stupid.
Yes.
That was a stupid
Yeah.
movie.
But it
Is that
was
with Matt LeBlanc? No, not Matt LeBlanc. What was
Oh shit. Who was that?
the actor, and he's in the documentary. He's actually part of this.
It's not George Costanza. That's a different one.
No, the guy. I think he did Chicago the musical. He's a gay actor.
I'm totally thinking of a different. Yeah.
What's his name? I'm
Robbie
sure somebody.
Coltrane?
No,
That's a
you would
different
say it,
Buddy,
and I would know it.
Crap.
I'm gonna forget. He's in this documentary. You'll recognize him immediately.
No.
But he talks about the relationship that he had with Tonka. And so basically the first episode wraps up that PETA gets the chimps out of this containment center and into a wild animal park. They have room, they have trees, it's a whole thing. It's much more humane for these chimpanzees. But one's missing, and it's Tonka. And so episode 2 goes into that. And she's in Lake of the Ozarks. And again, this is like 20, so it starts in 2020. We're in 2021 now. And so it's relatively very, very recent. It's fascinating.
I'm very curious. How much of it because Tiger King lost me because it got so.
I didn't watch Tiger King.
It got so freaking exploitative and dumb, and like they were playing
sensational, and
they were just playing lowest common denominator on there. This sort of stuff though is very interesting to me. So it sounds like I'm going to have a better time here.
Well, I did not. So it picks up with this woman, so she moves from Festus after they take the chimps. She moves from Festus to Lake of the Ozarks, and she has like a 28-acre property, and she has all of these, like she has llamas and wild, all kinds of like exotic animals, and they just ask her, how do you afford this? She's like, I'm a broker. And so she brokers and sells monkeys and thousands upon thousands. And she does it all through Facebook. And it's just, I'm like, how is this all legal? I don't understand. It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So it is. And it's a whole, again, it's Missouri. So yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
All right.
And tell us the name again and where what
chimp, literally chimp crazy. This
chimp
woman
crazy.
Is chimp crazy. She is chimp crazy. Like the way that they kind of break this down, they also talk about the story, you remember, of the woman that got her face ripped off from a chimp? They talk about that in the second episode and kind of like just how it evolves and how we thought it was okay. But then he grew up, and again, wild animals. So a wild animal is going to do what a wild animal does, and you get situations like that. So it is shining a light on that community, and I'm sure they don't like that, but it's not right doing with those animals.
No, they're. I mean, they, like you said, they're wild animals. And just because they're cute when they're babies and they kind of look human a little bit doesn't mean you gotta, get your face ripped off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right,
that's chimp crazy on H. It's a Max. Sorry.
I want to see it on H Max. I'm going to.
H Max.
Speaking of H Max, hey Randy, tell us about your clip here before I play it.
I needed something old, comforty. I needed something fun, and as you know, I'm in that time when I'm trying to show things to my kid.
Yeah.
And I found a movie that's turning 40 next year. Can you believe that?
Wow.
This movie is turning 40 next year.
Yeah.
As I try to do, I gave you the very first dialogue. And the movie, you're going to know it. Everybody's going to know it. But I highly recommend that you watch this again.
All right.
Soon.
Here we go.
Yo! Marty, is that you? Hey, Doc. Where are you?
Thank God I found you. Listen, can you meet me at Twin Pines Mall tonight at 1:15? I've made a major breakthrough and I'll need your assistance.
Wait a minute. 1:15 in the morning?
Yeah.
Doc, what's going on? Where you been all week?
Working.
Where's Einstein? Is he with you?
Yeah, he's right here.
You know, Doc, you left your equipment on all week.
My equipment? That reminds me, Marty. You You better not hook up to the amplifier. There's a slight possibility of overload.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. I'll see you tonight. Don't forget now, 1:15 a.m., Twin Pines Mall.
Right.
Marty, you're gonna run from the Libyans.
We started watching this too, Randy.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. The kind of extra other movies are also on Netflix, but you don't need them. This movie is the best. It is Back to the Future. If you've never seen it, what's wrong? Are you okay? Please watch it.
Right.
You're a kid if you haven't seen it yet.
Maybe, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
It's on my short.
Have you seen the musical yet?
Oh, there's a musical?
Back to the Future, the musical? Huh,
the musical is coming through town, and I'm trying to find somebody to go with me because Mark's like, I don't like musicals. I'm like, I want to go see it.
Mark is my wife. She hates musicals. I don't mind them, but she hates them.
Yeah.
So Randy, you said 40 years? Is that what you said?
40 years next year. Yep.
All right. That's fun to think about. I was 14 or 15 when I saw it in theaters, and I don't like that at all. I don't like how old that makes us. That's crazy. How old we all are. But it's on it's on a short list of like perfect movies though. Like I've got a list of about 12 movies I think fit the criteria of being perfectly paced. They portray exactly what they need to portray. They don't ever land in cringe town for the most part. That movie's one of those. It
is a
good.
little weird watching it now. Like if you've been watching a lot of recent current stuff, the way that you pace movies nowadays is very different. Like the clip you just heard, if you just didn't know it and you put it in a current thing, it would be very cringy. But the way the movie kind of doles out everything naturally, it holds up just fine. And like there's a reason that it was nominated for 4 Oscars, one of them. It's a really good movie. like everybody in making this movie are hitting at the top of their game. By the way, the win was for sound effects editing.
Oh.
That's a thing.
That's it. Wow.
I wonder what Eric Stoltz really thinks about not getting in that movie.
He's probably talked about it somewhere, right?
I'll bet, if you interview him, I'll bet he says, I'm glad Michael J. Fox got the part because he's perfect for it. And it really helped move him from TV to movies, but then maybe secretly goes, damn it.
Yeah.
I get mask. Great. I don't even get my face on screen. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, they filmed most of it, right? And then reshot
they have a
it.
lot.
They have a lot of footage of them.
Footage, yeah.
Yeah. I felt like it was kind of I don't remember what I heard. There was something about it being
He was just too serious.
Was that what it was? Just couldn't.
Yeah. He just, the vibe that came off of him was not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
as much as I love Some Kind of Wonderful, he is his character's kind of mopey in that, and it's I guess what the character needs. But yeah.
Well, I was really noticing how this movie has a bunch of things that are just like great. Like there's when we go back to the past, there's all of these, all of this like perfect costuming, wonderful like extras. Doing extra things. Like it just, Michael J. Fox is great. Christopher Lloyd is great. Leah Thompson's great. Everybody hates Crispin Glover. Everybody always will. But like once you get right past them and Tom Wilson, Biff, once you get right past them, there's all these other people participating in this movie, and they're doing a good job. They're like fun to watch, and like they have all of the connective tissue in the movie where when you see something here, you're going to see it there in a different time frame, or like if you see someone walking across the street, right, you'll see them later walking the other way across the street. Like the whole movie is just like amazing for that.
It is good. My favorite side character is Save the Clock Tower Lady.
Oh sure, yeah.
I could listen to her do that over and over and over.
It's your cousin Marvin Berry.
right.
Nice. I also like the sister and the brother, and I don't know. It's a great. You're absolutely right.
That guy's wallet.
Yeah. Also, Bombats in the chat says, or not Bombat, sorry. Somebody else said, "Oh, I love Crispin Glover." We're not talking about his roles. We're talking about he's apparently just a pain in the ass to work with. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't hate him, but I don't know him, so I can't really say. But
He has
work
burned
with.
a lot of bridges, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, and then they had the whole issue with him not doing Back to the Future 2, and he sued them because they got an actor that and made the actor look like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Crispin was like, "Nope, that's not cool."
And then that actor appears in a bunch of documentaries talking about how Leah Thompson treated him like crap. I forget who the second George McFly was, but
Well,
oh jeez.
By then she was, Howard the Duck was looming large.
And I'll be honest, Back to the Future 2 is my favorite.
Really?
Oh, really?
Wow. I loved the futuristic
Leah Thompson's giant fake plastic boobs. The worst prosthetic.
I hate the second one. The first and the third. I love the third one and I love the first one. That middle one is some bad meat in my sandwich. I
love
it. It's like this kind of thing is why I'm saying I'm recommending the first one, because like you can have they're all streaming on Netflix right now, but you can have your feelings about sequels. The first one though, it's just great from beginning to end, and you get to like feel what you felt the first time you saw it, which is what I'm really on about right now. Like there are certain things I would even say, like I've known people who have rewatched Tiger King fairly recently to feel that feeling they had in early 2020 when everyone was watching Tiger King, you know?
I don't want to feel that feeling.
I hated that feeling. Not a fan.
Feeling.
I did like there was a few days there where it was like just me and Kim, and we knew we were trapped, and there was something there that was like, I don't know, I liked the, not isolation of it, but just we're here together, we're in this together. I liked that a lot. Yeah. But almost every other part of the feeling of 2020 can take a hike and die. I freaking hated that.
Yeah, I started watching MASH from the very beginning at that time. Because I was like, we're going to watch a lot of TV. What's a lot of TV? That's MASH. Yeah. It's like 200 hours.
Jeez.
And
food.
Yeah, it was so pleasing.
I love a rewatch of MASH. That's a good secondary recommendal today. Yeah. Anyway, so check it out. That is Back to the Future on Netflix, along with all three. If you want to see all three and pretend that 2 is good, please be our guest.
It is good.
Hate 2. Hate it.
I'm here to tell you 2 is fun.
All right. You know what?
Want a tab? You're gonna have to order something, kid.
I respect your taste, so maybe I'll give it another shot. I just have always hated it, but maybe I'm wrong.
Pepsi free? No, you got to pay for it.
That's right. No such thing as Pepsi free. All right, here's mine. It is a documentary, so Nicole and I have the same mind this week with documentaries. Although mine is an older one that I saw way back when it came out. It is now 21 years old. But it has stuck with me for a long time. It showed up streaming again, so I thought, why not? Let's watch it again. And I got even more out of it this time. Here is my clip.
Let me hear your voice level to make sure it's the same.
Okay, how's my voice level?
That's fine.
Terrific.
Now, I remember exactly the sentence I left off on. I remember how it started, and it was cut off in the middle, but you can fix it up some way. I don't want to go back, introduce the sentence, because I know exactly what I wanted to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. Any military commander who is honest with himself, or with those he's speaking to, will admit that he has made mistakes in the application of military power. He's killed people unnecessarily, his own troops or other troops, through mistakes, through errors of judgment. But he hasn't destroyed nations. And the conventional wisdom is don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from your mistakes.
All right. This is Errol Morris's The Fog of War from 2003. It is Errol Morris makes really great documentaries, like period. He's one of the best there ever was and probably ever will be. But this particular one sticks with me because it is a time out of my life that I didn't know anything about. And so it was just super interesting to hear some history where things didn't go our way and the people behind it. So that was Robert McNamara that you're hearing. He was the Secretary of Defense during the Kennedy and over through the Johnson era. He was there that entire time and essentially was point man, top gun in all things Vietnam War. And this thing is about him coming to grips with, it's contradictory by design. It's him coming to grips with the kind of damage that we did to that part of the world, the kind of damage we took as a participant in that hopeless war, how he feels about it that many years later. He's since passed away, but it's him kind of grappling with what happened during all of that and who he was fighting for and what president did this and that. And, you know, he was a much younger man when all this was going on. I want to say he'd have been like in his 30s or something when he was Secretary of Defense. There's all kinds of tape and audio from like everybody from Kennedy to Johnson to Nixon, having conversations with him about what the strategy was going to be and all this sort of stuff, and how they were going to deal with just this cluster F that was Vietnam. And it's really interesting. And I also just absolutely love the way it's filmed. Coincidentally, he made another documentary not too many years ago. Let's see if I can find it here. The name of it is it's basically Fog of War 2, but it's with Donald Rumsfeld.
Oh. And
covers
Desert Storm.
Yes, but mainly 9/11 and forward is what that is. So the impetus for starting the war in Iraq and what they learned from that and how their evidence was shaky at very best and that sort of thing. See if I can remember the title of the thing. I can't find it. Anyway, oh, there it is. No, is it Doomsday Clock? No, that's not it. Anyway, it's also very good, and it's essentially the same kind of thing, looking at the same position in government in two very different eras.
The unknown known.
The known unknown, that's it.
Unknown known.
Unknown known. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, because Rumsfeld had that whole, there are known knowns, there are unknown knowns, and there are unknown known knowns, and that whole thing. So they play off that. It's essentially the same structured documentary, asking the same kind of questions. And they're both excellent. I would recommend watching the one first from 2003. It is on Tubi, and it's very, very good. And then watch the other one, and it's just enlightening and eye-opening.
How many commercials did it have?
I watched it on browser, so I have it blocked, so I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
I have no idea. Tubi's great on desktop because you can block all that stuff.
Just the ad blocker in Brave.
Yeah, it's really great. Actually,
have you explored Canopy yet?
I don't know what Canopy is. What is that?
So if you have a public library card, there's an app called Canopy, and you can watch tons of free movies with no ads with your library card.
It's the one that does books also? It does books as well?
It does. Or? Yeah, it does. I think Canopy is just video.
Let's see here.
With a K. Canopy with
K-A-N.
Okay. Because there is a Canopy app with a C, and that's a whole different thing. All right.
That's a whole. It's like a protection. Yeah.
A lot of documentaries. I started watching Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks guy.
Lynch, David Lynch.
Lynch. They had a Lynch documentary. It was almost like a film student documentary. It was kind of weird. I didn't watch much of it, but I mean, it's a fun app to explore free old movies, stuff like that.
Does it have a subscription to just use it?
No, you just need a library card, which you can get for free.
Yeah, just go to your library and get it.
Go to the library. Just go to the library and get a card.
There's decent stuff on here. You can watch Lady Bird. Yeah. You can watch Leave No Trace. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's no, you're fine. But it's really good. And if you are into historic military stuff at all, which I really like that stuff. Like I like history in general, but I really like this particular kind of history. And Errol Morris knows how to make documentaries like nobody's freaking business and just get things out of people that you're surprised he got out of them. And there's a reason he's considered one of the all-time best. So anyway, that's on Tubi right now. It floats around, tends to be on various streaming services here and there, but it's easy to get right now because that is a free place to go. On TV, you'll end up watching ads, but if you got a desktop computer, any browser with any ad blocker will totally work. So that's it for all of us. These are all going to be up on correcttms.li, and you will find all the stuff we recommend on there. Nicole, anything going on in the wood whispering world you'd like to mention before we go?
I've been designing new shirts for our, so that's what I've been doing.
Nice.
I'm going to be putting out some new shirts. I got a shirt of Oreo on it, our cat.
Oh, I thought you meant the cookie, but that works too. The cat or the cookie.
Yeah, our black and white cat Oreo.
You should
put signs up that says, "Please don't take him. He's been rescued too many times by people that drive by."
Just thinking that he's a stray.
They do. I had to laser a tag on him saying, "I just like outside." We try to keep him inside, but we found him outside in a tree. He likes to be outside. So
you should.
And you never found the collar thing, right? That he had.
No.
The camera collar.
Yeah, he lost the camera.
Oh, right, the camera. You were talking about having to get, or you were going to get something new, but you haven't done that.
Yeah, no, I did. I've just been gun shy to put it on him. So.
Well, yeah, because he'll lose it again. That's what cats do.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he goes out in the woods. Who knows what he does?
You should increase his food amount and then call him double stuff Oreo. Randy, anything on your end you'd like to mention before we go? Film Sack's coming up this weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna get taken.
Oh yeah, we are.
That's what we're gonna do.
Do we have to come to the show? We don't have to come to the show with any kind of a special set of skills for each of us, right? We can just
No. We leave that to Brian Ibbett. He has all the skills.
Okay, good.
Oh well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
no.
bring your skills, bring yourselves. It's great to have you both here. We'll see you both soon. Okay, Brian, that about finishes things up for us today.
It really does. Yeah, I can't think of anything else we really need to do.
No,
really,
it's just this email from Jeff Sire that I'm going to read is all. Here's what he says. This is Jeff on Hornets. I'd watch that TV show.
I would too, for sure.
He's talking about those fake paper nests. He says, Scott and Brian, we moved into our current house in 2020. Dice, that time.
Probably during that time, probably is what he meant.
I don't know what he means by dice, but I think
or
you're right.
Since that time, maybe? Or
since that time. Oh, that makes more sense. Since that time, we had a lot of wasps each summer. And last year, they got into one of our exterior walls. I got an exterminator in, and she used the white powder you described, and it worked like a charm. She recommended the paper nests as well to keep them away, and I said I tried it, and they didn't work. The wasps came anyway. The thing that I, like you, used them too late. Or the thing is, he means we used them too late.
Yeah.
It's worded weird. She said wasps are super territorial and won't make a nest where there is another one. But if they are already there and you put one up and the wasps are like, F those guys, we're just here first, or we got here first. This year I put up 4 of those paper nests and there was still snow on the ground and no wasps this summer. So apparently that is an early thing. Let them know the neighbors are already moved in, right?
Yep, do it early and then you're set. If you do it midsummer when they've already got stuff going on, they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, 100% good idea. I like it. We're going to try that because I have extras. We're gonna use this advice and do it early in the before spring. So
I like that. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it as well. I think it sounds it's a really cheap way to keep them away, and you don't end up having to kill any wasps, and you don't end up killing your wife's herbs either.
That's right.
Which is really nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the good news about that powder is we used that once, and we haven't had a wasp since. So
that's cool.
That stuff worked great, and the dogs never licked it. They didn't want to go near it.
Good.
They were like not into it, so worked out for everybody. All right, that is it for today's show. Frogpants.com/TMS for all the things you might need. The one thing you need right now is some music, and Brian thankfully brought some.
I did. This one's going out to Jen. Hello, fellas. A little birdie told me that it's Free Ranger's birthday today.
What?
Just kidding. I know this because he's my brother. I would like to send him a song and maybe the old lady birthday clip since we're both on the higher end of our 30s now. I don't have a particular song. Oh,
well, you go ahead. I thought that was it. I thought there was a period.
I don't have a particular song in mind. Maybe a cool cover of a Disney song. Thanks, guys. P.S. It's never too early for a fish sandwich.
Right.
Signed, Jen.
They're going to get both then.
Happy birthday.
Hey, is it too early to get a fish sandwich?
There's some of that. That's impression there is what that is.
There it is right there. Another famous person impersonated by yours truly. Name that guy. Bet you can.
I know I can't.
No. All right, but you can name this. This is a band called the D Metal Stars. They put out an entire album in 2016 called Metal Disney, and it's, as you would guess, it's metal covers, pop metal covers of Disney songs. This is their take on the Little Mermaid classic Under the Sea. Here are D Metal Stars going out to Free Rangers.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
Sorry, Dennis.
Sorry, Dennis.
Poor Dennis.
I don't remember who Dennis is. That was a movie. I don't know what it was.